estás pensando tocar?
Recuerdos, mija. Recuerdos de luces, colores, risas, tradición y cultura. Bonitos recuerdos. Hace tiempo no teníamos un lugar donde identificarnos, un lugar donde aprendiéramos nuestra cultura y nuestras tradiciones, hasta que llegó la plaza. Me pregunto qué vendrá en el futuro.
When I think about the Plaza's future and the cultural district, a word that comes to mind for me is alegría, a word in Spanish for joy.
Cultura.
Generations.
A lot of color, a lot of music, and a lot of fiesta.
You get to be prosperous here.
Realizing our potential.
We are celebrating our orgullo to be who we are.
So here's the beginning of our steel, right here. This is what we need to know. Look at all this steel from King Road.
Right.
You cannot see through this building. That's how safe this building is.
This is the Mexican Heritage Plaza, and it had its set of challenges and troubles. And we were, in my opinion, on the brink of losing it. In 2011 or prior to that, when there were challenges going on, there are elements of our community that maybe didn't want to see it succeed. And I'll call it what it is, there's racism. So we knew that if we did not rally together with our friends and allies, there was great potential for this place to just be something else. I'm grateful for that pressure because it made us do our best.
Over the past 50 years, I've just seen the arts grow in many different ways. It has come a long ways, naturally, because initially art and culture was described as the symphony, the ballet, the opera. The art groups of color were not even considered to be arts groups, basically. And so what I've been excited to see grow is different organizations to come alive and be very vibrant in our city in order to really demonstrate what our community is all about. I have so many favorite memories now because I was so involved here. But naturally, I guess I have to reflect on the time during COVID. Everything just seemed so bleak, but it was also an opportunity for the Plaza to step up and do different things.
In a time where other cultural organizations were closing, downsizing, we were able to double the number of people served. We went from seeing 70,000 people a year to serving over 150,000 folks.
And so it was a great opportunity to turn this, what was known as a cultural center, into a real community center where people came here because they needed service, they needed help, and there were people that came here to provide that help, and the Plaza served that role to really organize that and support that in many different ways.
The Plaza is an iconic, unique place in the Bay Area. And what it offers is the opportunity to come in, to see yourself reflected back, primarily in its root culture. You come in, it is the Mexican Heritage Plaza, and you see it and you feel it.
So here at the Mexican Heritage Plaza, we have big celebrations like Avenida de Altares, Chile Mole Pozole, Fiesta Navideña. These events are important for our community because one, they are accessible and affordable, and we also activate our creative sector in addition to local businesses to create a moment where people come together to build social cohesion, to build bridges with other cultures, and to really feel pride in who they are, their histories, and their identities.
It's this place, this 55,000 square feet of programmable space, couldn't be programmed alone. We currently have over 100 community engagement partners that activate this space on an ongoing basis.
We perceive arts as a very different thing than any other place. For other places, arts is a luxury. It's something that people pay a lot of money to have. Here in East San Jose, it's a necessity. It's the way that we come together as one. Our young people are looking a sense of belonging, a sense of identity. And I believe that if we don't find that, we are in danger. So the best way to keep our community safe is to give them a place where they feel they belong. Identity is essential. So La Plaza is giving us that. It's giving us a place where they can find themselves. They can connect with heritage. They can connect with who they are.
So I see La Plaza impacting right now in two different ways. First, the culture. We're an organization that looks like us, that understands what we go through, our challenges. It creates a safer way of looking at community development where people understand that their culture and their values and the sense of joy and community will be put at the front center of the values of any development. And that doesn't have to change the way that the neighborhood looks, but actually makes it stronger and more reflective of our culture and community. A second impact is economically. As these events happen in our community, opportunities are created in the neighborhood where local vendors benefit from that. And so we look to see how we could also work with La Plaza to make sure that those dollars that are coming into the community stay in the community. It is a place where culture happens, where healing happens, but also new creative things could also happen for the community. So we stand here 25 years, so excited to see 25 more, because there's more generations that will benefit from this work.
The Mexican Heritage Plaza is leveraging a cultural district strategy in order to preserve the cultures and identities of our community. We see a cultural district paired with key local policies as a way to ensure that the investments that are made in this community are for the families that have lived here generation after generation. This is a community that is in advanced stages of gentrification. This is a community that has been dissected by highways. This is a community that has suffered from redlining. And this is a community that also has a history of organizing. And we are in a moment in time where we can take bold steps, like championing a cultural district, like acquiring and developing property, commercial and affordable, in order to preserve the richness that is made there.
In our first 10 years, we worked at building the systems of the school itself and the plaza and strengthening our position. The next 10 years is about our work in community development, having more of an impact for the surrounding community, even throughout the whole South Bay. What we want to see is that our work not just adds a layer of beauty, culture, heritage, and cements that in place, but it also, the folks that are born in this community now, the young folks that are here, are going to have a choice to stay and make this their neighborhood that they plant deep roots for. Everyone sees a part in it for themselves. They already have a sense of ownership. So it's not just the plaza's vision, it's our vision for our neighborhood.
Our community deserves to see themselves celebrated and be proud of who they are, in completely who they are. And I think that the future, the present, and even the past has always centered around that sense of you belong, you are worth it, and you have a story and you have a voice that should be heard.
Instead of a word about the future, I think the term that comes to mind is realizing our potential. And I think we're finally ready to realize and help others see the joy that we already have. One day we'll play host for the entire Bay Area. The pride of the East Side and its celebration will be in view for everybody to see.